So today I worked out a little in the morning. Did a bunch of steel mace 360s in my backyard, and also played around a little with my kettlebell, but didn't record any of it. And I also ran a mile. So um, then at the gym, I've been warming up now for the past 40 minutes or so, and now I'm moving into some landmine based legs, landmine and kettlebell based legs. So, at least for the first part of this, I'm planning on supersetting landmine and kettlebell exercises, starting off with staggered landmine squats and supersetting them with staggered kettlebell deadlifts. Going for 5 reps each side on both exercises. All of that looks like this. With the staggered squats, I'm trying to stay on my toes the entire way through. And also going into a full knee bend. If you don't have the mobility for it, regress it to a level that's suiting for you. Don't start with this weight or with this level of good body weight, if anything. In any case, doing staggered deadlifts looks like this. Unilaterally targeting the hamstrings and the glutes. I'm gonna do 5 sets of this and then on to something else. So decided to record my top set, going for 445s and a 25. I've done this weight before, but not on staggered, so I guess it'll be a staggered squat, landmine staggered squat PR. Let's see how it goes. That was brutal, but switching sides. Not bad, but need to finish the superset. So yeah, that's probably it for this exercise. Moving into something else. So for the next exercise, doing overhead staggered squats with the landmine, and then also going to do deadlift to rows with the kettlebell. I do want to do some chest later, but we'll come to that when the time comes. With this, so with a landmine, because of the angle at which it is and because it has a fixed point, you can kind of lean into it, and being able to lean into it kind of helps me, at least me personally, target my quads a little bit better. And also, like with an overhead, when I'm doing overhead squats, with this, it's hard to explain. So like, it feels different than holding just a dumbbell or a barbell overhead. You can kind of lean into it uh, with the hand too, and the kind of stability that you feel in the shoulder is a little different than if it was just a free weight. Uh, in any case, just thought that that's something I'd point out because that is something that I think about when I'm lifting, doing this particular lift. In any case, here's what that looks like. So So here, like I'm leaning forward into the landmine, which which makes some amount of resistance push my shoulder back. And so I don't have to actively think about keeping my shoulder behind the neck. It kind of just falls into place, if that makes sense. In any case, that's the stability difference that I notice personally. At least for me, holding it overhead with a landmine is a lot more stable than holding a dumbbell or a barbell or a kettlebell. So if you want to work your way into overhead squats, it might be a regressed version. But again, it could just be the way I feel about the movement. I'll give it a shot, and yeah, hopefully it works out. Then with the kettlebell, I don't know if it's in frame, but deadlift, row, deadlift, row, 5 each side. Gonna do this for 5 sets as well. Probably some sort of chest next. So for the next exercise, doing landmine chest presses. This is an exercise that I don't do super often, but it has appeared in at least 2 videos in the past, maybe 3. But I do like it as a variation of a chest press. Mostly because, so with most exercises, so dumbbell press, barbell bench press, or if kettlebell or whatever, you're usually pressing up and to the middle. Versus with this, because of the angle at which it comes, I'm pushing up and to the side. It's just a different kind of motion. I think that's good to train. Because all other presses are going up and to the center, it's probably good to throw in something that's up and to the side. In any case, looks like this. Target full range of motion. And pause at the bottom. Going for 10 each side of those. Supersetting that with perpendicular rows. So perpendicular because I'm at a perpendicular angle to the landmine, and going to row. I feel this more on the rear delt and the mid back. Going for 10 each side of these as well. I'm going to do this for 5 sets, then probably some abs. Yeah, probably. Maybe something else, but probably abs. So for the final exercise of today's workout, moving into these oblique rotations with the kettlebell. So I'm going to keep one knee on the floor and one foot up. Both hands are going to contact the kettlebell, and I'm going to rotate side to side. And I'm going to superset that with a quad movement, a reverse Nordics, but we'll get to that when the time comes. So the primary muscles working are the obliques and abs. So what I've noticed is when a lot of people try to replicate kettlebell movements, they start actively using their shoulder to bring the weight up. But it's more about using that momentum of it falling or it swinging, and then tightening your obliques at the right time to get the weight up. And supersetting that with reverse Nordics. So to do a reverse Nordic, this is all if your mobility and stuff is capable of doing this. If not, don't go as low as I'm going. But so you stay on your knees, contract your glutes, kind of get everything tight, and then lean back. And that's 1, 2, 3, 4. I'm gonna do 5 of those along with the oblique rotations, and that'll be it for today's workout. Gonna hit the sauna after this. Probably, I don't know, if there's a physique update, there's a physique update. If not, there's not. And otherwise, this is the end of the video. See you all tomorrow.